Hello and welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us.
We're going to be posting videos like these on a regular basis, so please click the red subscribe button below so that you'll be the first to watch these videos and never miss out.
For the 21 video series, everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and the Muslim culture,
but couldn't be bothered to ask,
just click the link at the top right of this screen.
Also, please help us reach as many people as possible by sharing the link with anybody you think should see these videos.
But for now, let's take a look at today's video.
Enjoy!
So, if you speak on this one, you should be able to hear yourself.
Hello, oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes. And if you say something, you should be able to hear.
Hello.
Yeah, got that.
Yes, is that okay?
Yes.
Can you hear
You
me?
can talk with comfort. You can
Hello,
go
over
back
there,
and
can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Absolutely, loud and clear.
So there you are. So these are called prefix.
That's the latest on
So when are we going on?
After this, 10 seconds you're on air.
Okay. How do we know we're on it?
4 seconds, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuhu.
You're listening to Heritage Radio this morning.
My name is Junaid Rahim,
My name's Yusuf Bashforth.
and together we are the
Two White Muslims.
We've been very much looking forward to this morning. My goodness. We find ourselves with our own drive time show. So from the hours of 7 o'clock through till
7 till 10,
and then in the afternoon,
4 till 7,
my
inshallah.
goodness, you have, I'm afraid, to listen to the Two
Yeah.
White Muslims.
I'm sorry, guys, you drew the short straw. You get us this morning and us again this afternoon,
There's
inshallah.
no dodging the bullet today.
Okay, we'll try and keep things lively as we go.
Meandering through the day, yeah.
So, on the way over here, we both did a short dua that Allah makes it easy for us to get through a 3-hour broadcast with no hiccups and give us the things that we need to say and make our journey through this morning simple and straightforward, inshallah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, just a little bit of background, just let us know how this day came about. We'd spent some time. Well, Yusuf and I had created a YouTube channel called the Two White Muslims, just with a view to putting out a message of peace and helping people understand about Islam and this wonderful, beautiful religion that we follow, and just explaining very different to what perhaps a lot of people out there, because of the mainstream media and other outlets, perhaps the message that they actually receive. So we just put out a series of videos hoping to change people's opinion with regards to this wonderful religion. And as part of that process, we happened to find ourselves invited onto Heritage Radio. We came across and met the beautiful people here, met Lauren Booth, was invited onto the Drive Time show, and the people kept asking us to come back, which we still, to this day,
absolutely no idea why.
to this day we think, well, I don't know, something's going wrong there, or something's going very right. So it is with great pleasure we now find ourselves with our own show. So every Monday, inshallah, from here on in, you'll be hearing us for the 3 hours in the morning and the 3 hours in the afternoon.
Stay tuned to Heritage Radio. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this just as much as we do, inshallah. So,
Sorry, I cut you off. My apologies.
that's okay.
Put the mic back on, then you can say, now we play Nasheed, make dua. But I'll put the mic back on. So we just put it there. Because I have made an assumption, you have done an introduction and you want me to play the jingle. But that's
Okay.
Brilliant, yeah.
So we'll come back on now.
And then what?
You can talk if you like, whatever you need to say. And then you can say, let's play the Nasheed.
And here we are back again. So yes, thrilled to be here this morning. We're just going to do a very short.
If a little tired, if I'm honest.
If a little time. It was, yes, at 20 past 5 this morning when I collected Yusuf and started the journey across, I have to say, on a beautiful, beautiful sunny morning.
If you're just waking up, go to the window, open the curtains and have a look outside. Today, inshallah, is going to be a beautiful day.
Absolutely stunning.
Okay, so if we can just play a nasheed, we'll be back to you very shortly.
So whenever that mic live is on, that means we are on air. Yeah, so I should not be coming in. Nobody should be entering here.
Yeah,
They should be saying hello, unless they're very professional. They know how to behave inside.
Yeah.
And
Not like us then.
Not like us.
it's just like here. The matter of
Listen,
fact.
brother, I want you to be seated, please.
No,
You're
please.
gonna be
No, insist.
Are you
Because
sure?
I want you to take control of things.
Shall I? Yeah.
Levels must stay between 5 and 7, no more. The levels in music are very important. So I just put, because you guys are lively, I put yours.
Turn it down a bit.
Yes, yes. And
Lively.
To near zero.
There's a first.
Have you got the same list as me? Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I've done 2. I am good. Right.
both on a different
what I will
list.
do here, always, I will quickly.
Do I have to have headphones on?
No, you don't have to have, but the presenter must have.
You mustn't. So I might leave mine off just because I find it really confusing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll get used to it in time.
But
just
what
now.
what we do as a presenters is, if you're not comfortable, you take one of the bits off.
Yeah.
You know, this is it. Yes.
Yep.
So you'll do that. Yes. That's a handy thing to do. Now we got how many? 51 seconds left. We are prepared with the 4 faders. Our mics will go on. Now you can, so you're comfortable with running the buttons and stuff, you see?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got 8 seconds,
Put in the
7.
buttons and put in your mouth.
Yes. 5 seconds, 4, 3.
And you're listening to Heritage Radio. Good morning with me, Yusuf Bashforth, and
Myself, Junaid Rahim,
together we are
the 2 white Muslims.
Alhamdulillah. So, Junaid, what do we have in store for our listeners this morning?
Well, throughout the course of this morning, we thought we'd start with some introductions, just so that you, if you've not come across us before, so that you know who on earth is actually coming at you.
Who are these people?
Who are these people? Who have they given this station to? So we'll start with some introductions. We'll meander through those introductions and then give you a little bit of background to what we've done and what's brought us here today. Why the 2 white Muslims?
Now, before we go any further, I need to tell our listeners that I'm not a scholar. I'm not a sheikh, and I think both of those things will become evident within the next few minutes or few hours, inshallah.
And that's exactly the same for myself. I'm not a scholar, not a sheikh. I
You
am
can
Muslim.
say that again.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, yes.
We are both Muslim, of course. I've been I'm a Muslim revert. I've been Muslim now for just over 27 years.
Wow.
It makes me feel so old. I think that's because I am.
Yeah.
And Junaid, you've been Muslim for?
It would be just over 15 years. Yes,
15 years,
extraordinary.
subhanallah.
Which, I mean, so I always do feel like very much the cherub next to Yusuf at his 27 years. But it does still make me laugh. It's wonderful, wonderful how people describe us. But people will always say, oh, so we've got 2 new Muslims. And then Yusuf will look at them and they'll be quite youthful and say, actually, I think I may well have been Muslim a little longer than you. If they're less than 27 years old, then yes, he has been Muslim a little longer. So yes, we are new Muslims, but an extraordinary term really, given that I've been Muslim now 15 years and Yusuf 27, so a combined 42 years. Wow.
You wouldn't think so.
I'm gonna say, and it doesn't mean that as a compliment.
42 years of knowledge. 42 years in which we could have taken on knowledge, however.
It just bounces off. It's just like water off a duck's back.
You know, I've got to the age now where if I need to take on something new, I have to also, first of all, forget something old.
Yeah, it's knocking stuff out the bag now, isn't it?
My RAM is now full. I have to go on to file delete. Are you okay there? Okay. You've some water, sir. Okay. I have to go on to file delete before I actually take on something new. So, learning this beautiful religion.
Yes.
You know, that said, when I have to forget something that I already know before I can take on something new, when learning this beautiful religion, learning something new, I'm quite happy to forget the old stuff.
Yeah.
Just to forget what I used to be and what I used to do. Forget the things in my past to learn this and craft this beautiful faith and this beautiful religion. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I've been so fortunate to have been guided this way. I, to this day, don't fully understand, perhaps I never will, why Allah decided that I should be guided this way, I don't know. I'm just so happy and pleased that I am, and I owe it to myself to learn and to craft this knowledge, and also then to be able to deliver this knowledge and spread it and give it to people and encourage people to go on the journey that I've been on for the last 27 years.
And it's a very good point that you made. As Yusuf says, we're not scholars, we're not sheikhs. We are learning. We're learning all the time. Every day, inshallah, we'll take something new. But the best way to learn anything is to share it. We also consider ourselves incredibly privileged. First of all, because we are now Muslim. And we just want to share that. We just want to put that out to other people. I do say time after time after time, had the Muslims that came into my life not come into my life when they did or in the manner that they did, I wouldn't now be walking this path. And so we see it kind of beholden upon ourselves to share that message, and also reinforce to the beautiful Muslims out there what a wonderful religion it is that we all share. And for those that aren't, hopefully just increase your knowledge, just help you know a little bit more. We tend to fear what we don't understand. If we can help you understand, it will just help bring in unity to community, which is very much our aim and our goal.
So our listeners out there are now thinking that had it not been for those wonderful people in your life, you wouldn't be sat here now. So and perhaps they'd be enjoying a nasheed.
Absolutely, they're trying to find out who were those people. Who were those people? I'll get them. Alhamdulillah. I mean, certainly from my point of view, beautiful, beautiful people. I know from Yusuf's point of view the same. And in all seriousness, we do make light and we do joke. And we do not take ourselves seriously, but we do take this beautiful religion seriously, and we're incredibly grateful for it being in our lives and the people that it brings with it. We're looking around as now at the people working here, and alhamdulillah, they're just such lovely people. What a pleasure to be here this morning, and what a pleasure to be sharing the morning with everybody out there as well.
You know, I sit here. I'm at the main desk with two computer systems in front of me.
Yusuf, you have the com.
I have control of this. This looks like a spaceship from where I'm sitting, but there's all sorts of buttons, knobs, sliders, faders. There's two computer systems, some nice hardware machinery going on. It's all very, very technical, and I'm not. So I think I'm going to, if I'm honest, struggle. I'm just so pleased that we've been joined here this morning by an amazing person. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that. Mr. Waqar Abbasi. He is the head of the Heritage radio station, and he has got himself up and into work bright and early. Shall I say bright and early? I don't know. Well, early at least. No, he's always very, very bright. He's always an absolute pleasure and privilege to be around, and he's made it into the studio this morning just to show us how this machinery works
and how to help,
how to stay on air, and how to get ourselves out of difficulty if at any stage we run out of things to say. How often does that happen, Junaid?
Well, in all seriousness, possibly never. Yusuf, he even speaks in his sleep. As we walked in this morning...
How do you know? Excuse me?
So I'm told.
Have you been talking to my wife?
I don't know, I've just driven you around often enough to know as you're nodding away.
Says you.
I'm going to say, we always say Yusuf tends to drive, and I drive when we go on the train. So on the train, Yusuf gets to nod and snore his little heart out. But I do tend to do that in the car. I'm like a child. As soon as the engine goes on, I go off. It's extraordinary. But as I walked into the station this morning, it was wonderful. I said, where would you like to sit? I'll sit on that side, please. Away from the buttons. So Yusuf, you have the
that like a good one this morning.
Absolutely.
You really did.
Look at that in front of it. It is terribly, terribly impressive. And it's one of those things that when you're normally listening to the radio, you just take for granted. And now having seen it and seen the amazing work these guys do, it's incredible. So Yusuf, you've got a lot to learn. That's my way of saying, not going to be me.
Inshallah. Remind our listeners you're listening to Heritage Radio this morning.
Absolutely. You're here with Yusuf Bashforth and Junaid Rahim. We are
the two white Muslims.
It's a pleasure to be talking to you this morning. And I know we keep using that word and we keep re-emphasising this, because it's extraordinary that we find ourselves with our own drive time show. So we'll be here every Monday morning, every Monday afternoon, and we'll be just enjoying every second of it. We're hoping you are too. We're hoping you'll be looking forward to your Monday mornings and your Monday afternoons. If at this moment in time, though, you're thinking, what on earth is happening? It's normally beautiful Nasheeds. Who are these guys? Just to remind you, I'm Junaid Rahim.
I'm Yusuf Bashforth, and
we
together we are the two white Muslims.
So I already played. You can play this jingle now. So we play this jingle. And then you can introduce the nasheed. Ya Allah nasheed. You can say, now listen to Ya Allah nasheed.
And now we're going to take a short break while we listen to Ya Allah Nasheed, inshallah.
Yeah?
Oh,
So
it's
put the
almost
mic
like I
on.
knew what I was doing there.
That was
Yes,
really
exactly. Yes, perfect. So we have taken control of the mics now. So what we are doing, slowly taking control of the faders, because really mics and these things only work when we are the fader kings.
Yes.
Because fader is off, you're off.
Yes.
Simple. If you feel like once next week maybe you can practice in treble as well. So you put treble in, and then you can say, you know, if you're traveling around, this is the condition. Right now, there are websites you can visit on BBC and what have you, and you'll be able to read it on the screen, on this screen here. So you go into normal Google thing and look for travel news for Manchester, and you just read them out. Once you're ready, you don't have to do it.
Right, I get it. Yeah.
So it's 7:21, 8 o'clock there'll be news in. We got 1 minute 47 seconds left here.
Right, okay.
So what do you want to go into?
Should we talk about the YouTube channel, or is that?
You're welcome to talk, yes. From next week on, we'll have an ad for you, which we'll record inshallah in the afternoon of next week,
Yes.
Monday. Unless you come before, please go ahead.
Or should we talk about one?
Good morning, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuhu.
You're listening to Heritage Radio this morning.
My name's Junaid Rahim.
And my name's Yusuf Bashforth, and together,
We are the two.
white Muslims. So why, Junaid, are we called the two white Muslims? Where did that title come from?
It's a very good question, one that we get asked so many times. Basically, Yusuf and I have known each other, well, for a great number of years now. I moved up to Wakefield, would it be nearly 13 years ago?
13 years.
It's gotta be 13
Lucky for
years
some.
ago. And on that very first Friday, we moved up on a Friday, as most people do. We moved up on Friday, and then that Friday evening, I left my wife with my mother and father. I went and found the local mosque in Wakefield just to go and just to pray and to make myself really comfortable in the city. I think it's the first thing that most people would do. Went and found the mosque, sat down, and within just a few moments, somebody came across, sat down, and went, "What are you doing here? I'm the only white Muslim here."
You imposter!
You imposter.
How dare you? How dare you?
And to be fair, gave salam, introduced himself, and we've been kind of inseparable ever since. So we do find ourselves.
Junaid's very needy.
I am very needy. I'm very clingy. I'm very clingy. You will find. Do you like me? Do you like me?
Not on air. Not on air.
And so we found ourselves working together. Yusuf had the fantastic idea to start a charity. So we started a charity together. We've been running that for some time. And then we just said, look, there must be a way that we can give back. There must be a way that we can maybe kind of just give back. So we've been travelling up and down this great British Isle of ours with work. We've been travelling up and down this great British Isle of ours as a result of the charity. And every time we do, wherever we are, we find ourselves nipping into a mosque, albeit to meet new people or to pray, or a combination of the two. And everywhere where we go, when we go back, people say, "Oh, we've had Junaid and Yusuf in. Junaid and Yusuf, you know, the two white Muslims." And then people go, "Oh yes, I know the two. I know the ones that you mean."
Oh, those two. You mean the two white Muslims?
And it kind of stuck. And some people say, do you mind being called that? And we go, "No, we love it. It's absolutely fantastic." We see it as being a really affectionate name. It's a great way for people to remember us. It helps us stand out. And it is what people say. We haven't put words in anybody's mouth. It's what they call us. It's how they remember us. And if it means they remember us, alhamdulillah, that has to be good.
And to be fair, there are two of us,
We are white.
and we're both Muslim. So therefore,
We are the.
two white Muslims. So, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely, affectionate thing to be known by.
Yes.
It's great when people refer to us as the two white Muslims.
Yes.
It's great. It's something that's stuck, and something that we decided to use as a working title. We use that as the title, and we've titled our YouTube channel The Two White Muslims.
Absolutely.
So if you decide that you want to have a look at our work, if you want to have a look at what we've done, simply go to YouTube. I think everybody in the world knows how to get onto YouTube. But when you're in YouTube, you go into the search bar at the top and you type in two white Muslims.
Absolutely.
Now I'll spell that out. It's TWO. It's not the number two as some people try to put in. That'll get you nowhere. It's two TWO white Muslims. And if you look for the Two White Muslims channel, you'll find our channel. And on our channel, we've done now, I think is it 40?
It's 45, 46 videos in total
I
now.
have no idea. I've lost count.
We're adding new videos every week, one or two every week. Just keep pushing the message out there, and also to advertise what is our core message. We have a 21 video playlist, which is, well, it's kind of everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and Muslim culture,
But couldn't be bothered to ask.
and that's how we've tagged it. It's how we've titled it. It's called In Islam. We used to go around the country with a colleague of ours who actually, Corsa Thai, was training these courses for over a decade. And then we joined him, joining these courses, and we named it In Islam just because as new Muslims, as soon as somebody finds out that you're Muslim, they now want to ask loads and loads of questions. And they always start the question with, so in Islam? And then you find yourself responding by going, well, in Islam. And so we just thought, well, what a great title, because that's kind of how we speak. It's what we speak about, and it's how we conduct ourselves. We live like Islam as well. So in Islam was the title of these courses that we ran. And we thought there must be a way of getting these out to more people. On a training course for a day, you might meet 8 people, 10 people. To be fair, we did a training course recently. There was 100 people at the West Yorkshire Police Training Centre. But even then, it's 100 people that you can touch in a day. If we put it online, you can touch the world. So taking kind of our experience previously, we both worked in areas very similar to that. I'd run training courses in the past. I actually had an online training company, and we thought there must be a way of now creating some videos, making them interesting, making them fun, making them multimedia rich so that people could watch them and actually enjoy watching them, but keep the message simple. We don't want to overcomplicate. We certainly don't want to offend. And if anybody does watch it and there's anything that they see that maybe is not quite correct or not quite right, then please let us know. The last thing we want to do is upset or offend anybody, and it's only by the will of Allah that we've chosen to put these things together. But we put these things together. We have a 21 video playlist, so there's 21 videos covering everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and the Muslim culture.
But couldn't be bothered to ask. Now these 21 videos, a lot of people see a video as being, how long is each video? Is it an hour? No, far from it. Each of our videos is somewhere between 3 and 6 minutes long. They're very short, very easily watched, very easy to understand. They have to be easy to understand because because we did them. It had to be easy for us to understand first, of course. But they're quite entertaining to watch, and they go through topics such as what is Islam.
Who is the Prophet Muhammad?
Peace be upon him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We look at the 5 pillars of Islam. We look at the 6 principles of faith.
The articles of faith, absolutely.
We then look inside a mosque at the activities of the mosque and the features
of the
mosque. We talk about women in Islam.
We have a large section on women in Islam.
There are, in fact, 6 videos on women in Islam,
Absolutely.
And they were delivered by a great friend of mine, also my daughter.
Alhamdulillah. And she did fantastically well. My goodness, she comes across so well. And puts across a beautiful message.
Alhamdulillah. We then take a look at jihad as a subject. We then take a look at Sharia law.
Absolutely.
So pretty much everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and Muslim culture
But couldn't be bothered to ask.
is right there on those 21 videos. Now, I would encourage all of our listeners to do 3 things. Number 1 is go onto that site and watch the videos, have a look.
Yeah.
You never know, you might enjoy it. Number two, I would ask you to click the red button on there that says the word subscribe. Now that doesn't commit you to anything, it doesn't cost anything. What it simply means is that it shows up on figures that are important to us, and I'll come on to why they're so important to us at a later stage.
Yeah.
The third thing I'd like you to do, of course, is share the work that we've done, because if we can get a message out there that's very, very different to the message that people get when they watch things on the mainstream media, watching the news, listening, reading the newspapers, listening to people talk. Because when I watch all of these things and I hear about Islam, this is telling me about an Islam that I simply don't recognize. I don't recognize this as the beautiful religion that I practice and follow. I don't recognize this as the religion that's followed and practiced by a lot of great friends of mine and congregations up and down the country. So we really hope you enjoyed that.
For the 21 video series, everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and the Muslim culture,
but couldn't be bothered to ask,
click the link in the top right of the screen.
Also, please subscribe by clicking the red button below if you haven't already done so. We want to reach as many people as we possibly can.
Thank you once again for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.
Assalamu alaikum
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. Bismillah.